Fuck. I don't know how to. I'm not gonna edit this together. I'm gonna do part 1 and part 2, just so you can see that's where the old mountain is. So remember, there's a giant mountain range over this way. Just to show you how far I've moved. That's that old mountain range that was on the left side where I was before. I'm about 2 miles east. And I am talking about, so if you remember, one of the biggest meetings with angels that I had this year was before Vivek's cabin. Back when they was spamming sanctuary, sanctuary, sanctuary into my head. And then we found Vivek's cabin. I had a dream that an angel came down and told me, you can lose your mind, you can lose your emotions, you can lose your heart, you can lose your money, you can lose your loved ones, you can lose your dog, you can lose everything, your possessions. But if you lose your character, you have nothing. So I'm assuming that being such an impactful voice in my head, I'm assuming that the theme of this year would be based around those moments, and I have a lot of those moments in my head. Okay. So the shit is falling out, basically, because I speak with a bass now, and the bass drives it, and I had too much ice cream, so I'm going to be pooping over here. So if the theme was about maintaining your character, it would make sense that most of this year was me in foreign lands having to hold on to myself. You know, I was in a cabin where the forest was deteriorating my mind, and the whole time it's been the world trying to convince me and everyone else that I'm someone I'm not, and me having to hold on to myself while the glory of homelessness degrades me. But, you know, every time they talk about like a successful person and they mention the hardships he or she endured, the first thing that they mention is that they had to go through homelessness. Like every time I hear like someone talking about famous musicians or famous actors or famous artists, the first thing that they mention is that they had to go through homelessness. So that gives me hope. But basically, just putting myself back together over and over and over and over again, and then persevering through with what I can maintain, I realize that I lose myself a lot. And I realize that there were people that were in the shadows of my own consciousness that had been slowly like siphoning me and conditioning me to believe and act a certain way. And then when I come to terms with that and I accept that and I move forward, I seem to be getting a violent response by those people. Like people that had done it to me, I call them energy vampires. People that had energy vampired me 100 miles south of here. As soon as I become aware of them and I move on past that energy that had stuck with me, that was causing me to act a certain way, suddenly within 5 hours or so, they show up and they're just around me, parked in the area nearby, trying to do it again. A big thing a couple nights ago was the police. I had broken free from the clutches of the police because I was unafraid of them trying to trespass me. And then I made it to the woods without getting sucked out by the Matrix. And I was doing well. And then way out here, 2 miles away from town, in some far back road where there's no homeless people, in a place of business that's closed for the season, an officer. So there's only 4 of them, and I've had bad dealings with 3 of them. So one of those officers was just sitting directly in front of me at the other end of the tree line, which I'm deep in the woods. He was straight in front of me, about the length of a football field or more. But for some reason in the entire parking lot, he picked right in front of me without being able to see me through all the brush and tree lines. Because there's 3 tree lines in a whole building between us. But he parked right in front of me, and he slammed on the horn and the siren until I felt myself completely lost. Like it was searing through my mind and reactivating all the traumas in my subconscious where I had given my power away. So it felt like he was literally draining my life. And then as soon as I was completely empty and I couldn't think anymore, the crows started laughing all together. I started getting a bunch of invasive thoughts. I lost all my sense of dignity and boundaries, and then he sped off. And then we got hit with the hurricane. So I wasn't able to feel warm and happy with myself and comfortable with myself enough to start making songs and start writing stories and start piecing together my truth that would help me manifest or make a book or write an episode of a TV show or come up with a unique style. Instead, I was stuck trying to rebuild. And that's when I realized that, like, deep in my mind, there was like a valve open, and they were just pumping out all of my life force energy subconsciously. When you go in the woods and you're in a tent, you can really escape into your mind and realize what's going on in there. And I often realize that I leave hatches open, or I don't realize that people inject me with bad belief systems. I put 3 rounds into Kate McCannon with wings as black as sin. The other raven is a wicked bird with wings as black as sin. With wings as black as sin. Oh, the raven is a wicked bird with wings as black as sin. And it stands outside my prison window, mocking those within. And it sings to me real low. To hell is where you'll go. 'Cause you didn't murder Kate McCannon. When I first met Tom McCannon, I was working in the mines. So usually, when I first met Tom McCannon, I was working in the mines. It's a lot of small little tweaks that make up your expression of energy. That it feels like there's a system in place to take it away. My whole face structure changes, my hair changes, my posture changes, my height changes, because I feel in some other dimension or other realm of consciousness. There seems to be a system that's siphoning all of it away and trying to wear it as themselves. And I picked that up. And then my tarot reading started to tell me about it. They started to tell me, we see you doing it, we see that's what's happening. One of them cried, and she said they think that they can take you away and wear you. They think that they can rip out because I imagine myself in armor. That's what gets me through. I imagine like the type of armor I wear and the styles. I use my 11 energy and 33 manifestation energy, whatever. That's how I work as a wrecking ball through white America. And it said that there's like a tarot reader somewhere very far away picked up on that. And apparently there are times coming as I find my mile marker. Well, the raven is a wicked bird, with wings as black as sin. It stands outside my prison window, mocking those within. And it sings to me real low, to hell is where you'll go, if you didn't murder Kate McCann. When I first met Tom McCann, I was working in the mine. He told me he had a daughter, long green eye. I met her by the creek. I put 3 rounds into Kate McCann. Well, the raven is a wicked bird, wings as black as sin. Yeah, there's usually a whole lot more that I'm able to express. It's been probably ripped away, but the wind has stopped at 11:11. So I just wanted to give y'all an update. This is my new digs. I'm headed 40 miles east tomorrow or the next day on the bus. It sings to me real low. Oh, I posted that there's winter in Vermont. So I'm in Morrisville right now. There's sticks in my hair. That's Lake Elmore. So past here, straight on that way is Montpelier, and past over here is Mount Mansfield, the tallest mountain in Vermont. On the other side of Mount Mansfield, they got about 8 inches of snow. So I have to head past Mount Mansfield to Burlington, where there's almost 1/10 of the population is unhoused and addicted and running around a town. Probably like the downtown area is probably just as big as this field. The city's probably the same size, except they have small skyscrapers. And that's how they're fitting in so many people. And it's right on the lake. And I haven't been there in over a year. No, I haven't been there since New Year's. It's been almost a year. Mocking those within. And I don't really want to do it, but I have $51. Someone offered me a guitar that matches my criteria, man. It was like the universe gave it to me as like a parting ways before the world ends. And then coincidentally, someone gave me a capo, a tuner, and a strap. That says just about as much as I have. I think I'll end up having like $4 or $5 left. Mocking those within. So maybe I can use that. No, I lost my Cash App card, so I'll probably use the remaining on a replacement Cash App card. And then please let me know if you guys think if you get it this far, please let me know if you guys think it's a good idea for me to make a GoFundMe and put the GoFundMe in the description, or if that's bitching out, because you know it still looks beautiful out. Look, it looks picturesque. It's a quiet Saturday, and I have this whole place to myself to play guitar if I had one, where I won't be bothered like I was. Usually when I go places where the outlets are, I get confronted by crackheads and cops, cunts, creeps, and crows, and I get angry. And when I get angry at the way that they've attacked me, I try to hold on to that relationship and that energy. And I usually find myself in the center of town. And then I just sit there for months, feeding animals and converting energies. And, you know, can I get a bird, please, if I'm impacting it, or if it's left, right, if I'm not. I mean, a bug just flew right to left if I made an impact. I usually grow outwards, so when I'm trapped in the center of these towns, I have to meander my way around to get my needs met. And on those journeys of me suffering intensely, after I got corrupted by the worst part of the town, I fight through it for months, overcome it, meet all the community action programs, meet teachers, meet good people. And people see me go from humble beginnings. Like when I showed up, I had a bunch of tattered clothes, remember? I had a bunch of like mismatched, poorly made, ripped up clothes. And by the end of it, I have nice hoodie, nice shirt, nice pants, nice boots, way nicer bike than when I rode into town. So they saw me evolve. So that I'm sure that does something to their subconscious mind, because I embodied the broken child archetype and then I healed myself. So they were relating to me through their own broken pains and struggles, and they saw me make a difference in myself. So I felt like I had gotten a bunch of attachments from people that cared about me in the community, and a lot of hate from people that didn't. And then my ascension, here's the bird right to left that I asked for. The good bird is right to left, and that good bird is protecting me from that crow that showed up. So the bird that was over here felt the crow coming and then took position at the top of that tree so that whatever that crow was doing was blocked by the space that the birds created. And there's a bird over there for confirmation. Look at these clouds. These are not hurricane clouds. The hurricane clouds have left and the normal good clouds are back. The hell's to where you go, 'cause you didn't murder Kate McCannon. I was working in the mine. It speaks to me real low. The hell's to where you go, 'cause you didn't murder Kate McCannon. Yeah, so in the dream, see how the crows are going off? And there's the red car. Basically, the system is jealous. It's mad that it has to be that way, and I get to have the blessings. They're mad that we're God's people. Here's all the crows left to right when I called it out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crows left to right because I called them out. And I'm looking. Here's a black car and the exact same car in black and white. And then there's the literal pedophile. So I talk about people from my past show up. There's the pedophile that tried to rape me at gunpoint, followed by a red car. And now there's a seagull going right to left, blocking. See, that bird is attacking the crow? See, there's a bird chasing the crow. A small bird, it's not a peregrine, just chased that crow away as I was looking at the seagull, which was conjuring hope in my system because there's no seagulls out here. But I used to feed about 150 seagulls a day at the Burlington waterfront every day, and they would give me their feathers. They'd shake off their feathers for me. So on the 4th of July, I wore a giant headdress of feathers, and I walked around feeding the seagulls in town. And when people asked me, I just told them I was indigenous because my eyes. I said it's tradition. And I remember lots and lots of college girls that were high on weed would go, oh. So the crows have moved to my spot. You see, because I've called them out. And what's cool is that the bird is really swerving around trying to block these crows because the birds can feel that I'm positive. When you feed birds and when you feed nature, that rubs off on your energy field because the animals say thank you and nature accepts you. And when you honor nature, nature honors you. So the birds can feel that I'm somebody like that. I don't have the angst and animosity of somebody that consistently ignores the animals. I'm emanating the love that I gave nature. So the birds are trying to protect me against the crows and stay around me, and the crows are going mad. They surround me in a circle. Because they want to block my consciousness so that something bigger and grander than we're imagining can attack me. They're playing a game of chess in a spiritual war that we're a part of. So I just, GoFundMe's, I would ask for a coat. I'm trying to get there's a nice coat, a leather coat for $80. I wanted to get like $84 plus shipping. I wanted to get because I like this leather coat, and I want to. When I go places, I'd rather people look at me with honor. And I think I'd be proud of it. It's what I'd want to die in that individuation of my character, like Skyrim, roaming through these lands to get that upgraded suit of armor. But I'm getting the guitar and the capo, as long as he doesn't chicken out, because we know there's a pattern of people chickening out. When I emanate light, they want to get away from me. So if I seem too hopeful, for some reason, it's like they shut down immediately. So I told him, like, I'm going to have to take a bus ride, but I'm going to meet somebody on Monday to get the capo, and I can take the bus up to you. Otherwise, I'm going to have to bike 70 miles if you really want me to get there tomorrow. But, you know, I can work out your schedule, and I can bring a tent because I'm backpacking across Vermont. I'm trying to get to that area anyway because there are more jobs. I was just waiting till it got colder because I heard the crime is out of control in that area. And I'm not trying to throw myself into the lion's den without ammunition for my gun. And a nice slingshot. You can make a slingshot shotgun pretty cheap that could blow somebody's brains out. I was working in the mine. So, stands outside my prison window, mocking those within. What else? Headphones, studio headphones, winter coat, or just that leather coat, and then I would have the fleece lining under it, plus gloves, and that should be fine to make it through till November. And then by then I should have a job or the means to be doing more. Because I want to be as mobile as I am now and as free as I am now without the burden of other people. Here's a big RV, look. It's a big RV, it's an SUV, and then it's two small economic cars. Followed by all the blues. See, the blues like to gang together. Blue, 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 blue. Them more blues. There's no reds. No reds at all. Look, are these two the same? Yeah, two work trucks are passing each other. Right in front of me. There were no work trucks previously. The birds are calling again. So I wanted to be as mobile as I am now and as free as I am now, but with the means to make what I'm creating in my mind, because I want to collaborate with tons of people. All these artists that I hate that are coming from Vermont are very exclusive. They built a brand and they're popular in Vermont, and they don't want to work with other people. And they take pride in that they're exclusive artists making their own individual craft. And I'm like, you just left me the biggest alley-oop possible. So I'm trying to do that without losing myself. And it feels like this town is really taking a toll on me. And I'm not sure how to get mines back. So I'm slowly making progress, and if I'm in a position to do it, I might get mines. But the tarot reading said I had to, if I chose, literally a tarot reading like told me, and then I'll end it. Tarot reader told me that it's pretty obvious I'm going towards a good spot. I'm making progress on the YouTube. Things are going well. But they said they don't watch my channel. They said they could, that I know of. They said they could feel the darkness. And I had this out. Here's the red car. Red car. If I chose the dark path, there's a good chance that I might end my life forever. My life would be in the bad timeline forever. I might seal my fate if I chose the darkness. Mocking those. So I'm kind of skeeting on both sides, you know, making big jumps towards the light, and then the town is really coming at me. And that's why the songs don't sound as great. I don't know how to describe it other than usually I have so much of my character, except now it feels like I have tons of faces that are pressed against me, and everything that I try to manifest, they're trying to eat. And the birds try to stop it, but it seems like there's a really powerful force, and it seems like the powerful force is always around my root chakra and my dick. And it's been there since the sergeant of the police here attacked me spiritually and targeted me for days, trying to really assert his dominance, and he sent police to stick their dicks in my face and just stand there. It was really weird. What about that? You don't have to hold a commanding presence. It's not like I'm gonna pull my gun out and shoot you. And it would do anything by being that close to me. So imagine those are the types of people that we're dealing with. Every time I find a mile marker, I usually have an encounter with the skinwalker. And there was something last night. The spirit walker was whispering to me from the woods again. It whispered, "Slingshot." Gang stalkers. And they're robots, so they stare me down. Watch the stare down we're gonna get into. I was working in the mine. See, directly in front of my face. See? Things to me real low. The dog has to shit. The dog has to mark its territory. And the dog looks back at me like, did I get my point across? That in white people culture, we have to say, fuck you, if you exist. We're gonna go out of our way to check you, and then if you don't back down to our check, we're gonna act like you're the problem. And that extends to dogs and cats and crows. Here's the bird protecting me from the black car. So the bird just did a circle around me again as the black car showed up. So the black car showed up, and then the bird flew around, keeping the wall going, because the birds are literally protecting me. And you notice how all the gang stalker over there with the dog showed up with the black truck going. You'll see it's 2 black trucks, and then the black car showed up, and now there's black crows all around me. And then in this empty space, this huge empty open space, there was just a stranger right there staring at me when this car showed up. Because they're all in a tethered, if they're real, and they're not a projection like a Truman Show of entities like scientists pretending. They had to turn around and stare directly where I was standing because they're trying to keep me sedated. They're trying to control me. That sounds crazy, right? It sounds crazy until you get closer to a full moon, and then it becomes more obvious that there are other entities at play. And the birds were trying to defend me, and you saw how they all circled me. The crows got in position, and then they started bringing stronger entities, the people, in. But either way, I'm headed back to my tent tonight. Here we have more crows, coincidentally flying directly above my face, mocking those within. So an angel or something just popped up in front of my head, and it beamed me with a little bit of energy, and then the crow picked up on that and moved out of the way. But I'm still feeling it really hard. They're really trying me. Yep, there's a crow over by my stuff. Let me know we're still doing this. You can't escape us, man. You can't tell the truth. Look at these nice clouds, though. Okay. I'm going to upload this. What should it be called? A Walk in the Woods update. Let's go. I have this weird anticipation that I'm surrounded by entities. And that they're not good or bad. They're just watching. But they have agendas to suck out my heart space, my life force energy. Do you think you guys could make it in the woods for months? Knowing that truth? That there are levels to reality you can get to with contemplation and energy cultivation, and probably your genetics and your inner structures and your connection to the Most High, the Great Spirit, God, Jesus, that allows reality to break through and bring you into a bigger awareness where reality seems to fade away in front of you, and then you're met with some things that would be extremely terrifying. Do you think you guys could do it? Or do you think you'd have to be brave? Either way, I have a stick now. Sings to me real low. What the hell is where you go? You didn't murder Kate McCann. I was working in the mine. I'm gonna have to find a place to bury my stuff, so I can just take one bag. I'm gonna have to fit all my shit into a tote and half bury the tote. Shut up! Not on a Saturday! It sings to me real low. To sleep is where I go, 'cause I don't want to murder, and I'm getting pretty close. I was working in the mine. I'm gonna watch Smosh, which is a bunch of 30-year-olds, people in their mid to late 30s, pretending that they're kids. And for some reason I like to watch that. For some reason I like to watch Smosh. I'm 24 years old and I like to watch Smosh. Okay, thank you for watching. This has been Casey Francis O'Brien. If you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe. It helps the algorithm. Talk to me about your problems, and I'll probably have a really good answer for them. I seem to have solved all my problems, and that's caused the simulation to go really, really hard at me, fam. But look, I'm still going strong, man. Remember when my face used to be really sunken and I couldn't even speak? So I'm doing a lot better than I used to, fam. Thank you. I was going to do gang signs. For some reason, I wanted to start cripping. But whatever. Peace.